So today we celebrate the birth of St. John the Baptist. There are only 3 birthdays we celebrate in the church, other than mine, of course. And that is, of course, Jesus with Christmas, the birth of Mary on September 8th, and then St. John the Baptist. And we know St. John the Baptist was born 6 months before Jesus was born. And we hear in the scriptures about how Mary had gone to be with Elizabeth when she was 6 months pregnant. She stayed with him about 3 months, and then he was born. And this incredible gift, where, like in the first reading today, it's one of the 4 servant songs of Isaiah, and this is the second one. It said, "Now the Lord has spoken, who formed me as his servant from the womb." That the Lord had a plan for him even from that first moment of his existence. And then in the psalm, "Truly, you have formed me in my inmost being. You knit me in my mother's womb." This grace that this isn't just St. John the Baptist that had this mission from inside the womb. Though, of course, he had a very specific and special mission where he was to point out the coming of the Messiah as soon as the Messiah came, leaping for joy even inside his mother's womb. But that each of us, from the first moment of our existence, God has a plan for our lives. He has a plan and a mission for us. And while it may not be as grand and as world-shaking as St. John the Baptist, then again, when we look at the Baptist's mission as he died after being in prison for a long time and being beheaded, it would seem like he was a failure. And yet it wasn't. Because what was his mission? He was to point to Jesus. His mission was to point to Jesus. As he said, "I must decrease, he must increase. I must decrease, he must increase." And the Lord has for each of us a mission. And that mission may look like being in a family or in some other way, but specifically, his mission for each of us is to point to Jesus with our lives. Like with Mary's Magnificat, she says, "My soul magnifies the Lord." That we are each called, in whatever area our lives have been, in the different directions that we go, to magnify the Lord. Through the intercession of St. John the Baptist, may we have the strength to be able to follow the calling where the Lord leads us, in the little ways and in the big ways, to point to Jesus, to magnify the Lord.